What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today Duras Trials is open. Now, sadly, I did a whole intro, we even did a fight and everything, and the video file got corrupted. So, I'm happy I noticed it only partway through the video. I want to go over some highlights for you right here. Number one, this is not unlocking unless you have Season of Strife unlocked, and beyond that, you do have to get to a specific difficulty. I can't remember the number. I want to say it was like 275-ish, somewhere in that ballpark, 270 to get this unlocked. So if you're free to play, you might not be there just yet, depending on your progression. But essentially, this is going to have two different game modes. One of them is the sunset. The other one is the sunrise. Sunrise is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sunset is open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Every single day, you're going to have 3 Duras tokens refreshing in here. If you do lose a battle, don't worry. You actually don't lose it at all. And based on the floor you're on, certain heroes get some extremely huge buffs from Dura. A quick little synopsis here, essentially. Basically, they'll be rotating. There's 6 different treasures on designated themes that will be unlocked. Each treasure challenge has multiple floors, and certain conditions have to be met to unlock them. Each time you undertake a treasure challenge, 1 Dura token will be consumed. Victory will yield a large amount of those magic charms, while failure will result in returning the Dura token. So if you lose, you don't really lose anything. You still get your attempt, which is awesome. And 3 reset per day. After clearing the 6th and 12th floors of any 10 treasure challenges, you can each receive an additional Duras token per day, which is really cool. And then the magic charms. So these are the things that are going to be buffing up your heroes, and they are hero specific. They can be equipped in 3 different slots, and each hero or each charm is hero specific and cannot be equipped by other heroes. So it almost sounds like if you put a charm on a hero, it's not like they're made specifically for, like, there's not a charm made for Thorn, I don't think. It's just going to be if you slot it onto Thorn, you can't then put it on another hero. So they're specific on who they're equipping. And this might be a huge mix-up in tier lists and everything. We got to see how this actually works up and figures it out. Today's kind of like our first intro to see what it's all about. Tomorrow, we'll have a little bit more detailed information for you. But there is a sweep function too. So if you get to a certain difficulty, it will unlock a sweep function, and then you can just automatically clear the floor. You can see certain days have specific ones. Right now, we have the Iron Wall treasure and the Cooperative treasure unlocked. So let's jump into it. We have these buff heroes. I already went through and fought number 1, and you can see conditions aren't met. In order to go to higher difficulties in this, you have to reach a certain progression in the season AFK challenge, and we don't necessarily want to do that right now because with today's buffs and everything after the dailies, we might actually hit the 345, which I might try to push that right now and get more progression done. But you can see here, pretty much same thing. No Dura token needed. So technically, you can use those in a sweep if you want. And what we can do here is we can put like a pretty okay, decent squad. I don't know if it like helps to do this, but win the battle with all heroes alive is the clear bonus. I don't think you necessarily need to put like your whole team as those heroes in. I don't think so. I think they're just stronger, so it's gonna help buff your heroes if you don't have them level up too far. But again, you're gonna want to really prioritize pushing the AFK stages here, because that's gonna help you unlock higher difficulties, which is gonna net you more of those charm pieces. Essentially, you can see right here we get the victory, and we get oh, so they are actually specific, bound to specific heroes. That's really interesting. And of course, we have a chest open to get random magic charm 2. These are hardwood amulets. This is really, really interesting. And again, we can't go to the next level right now because the conditions aren't met. We have to get to floor 345. I'm going to do my dailies real quick, see if we can push past there and do some higher difficulties and see what happens. So it doesn't quite look like where I'm at right now. I can continue to push on, but just know that essentially what you're going to be doing is then using these Dura tokens to sweep for specific things. And you can see the perfect, what we got right there is that, and then potential loot are the other things that you can get from this battle. So those are really important things. Those open up into the shards, and I'm going to show you guys what it kind of looks like. So like, for example, on Rainier, we now have this new icon down the bottom left right here. If we jump into it, we get this magic charms window. Quick socket, that's just going to immediately put stuff on the hero. And as you guys can see, it gives stats, it gives HP, it gives vitality, which is interesting. We can't of course slot any more in because it does seem like it is specific on the hero here, and you can see how some of them are not bound. You can see the really high tier ones, the low tier ones. Pretty interesting here. You can also recycle, which do I want to recycle? I don't know. That sounds a little sketchy. Looks like we got something for Odie as well. So we got a quick socket right here, and it says equip 3 elite or above magic charms to activate season bonuses, increasing damage dealt and attack speed, dealt speed, crit damage boost, some really cool stuff. And this one right here, for example, giving them some attack and HP. So these are going to be really important to the overall power. It doesn't seem like they necessarily change how the hero works. This one here, we have HP vitality, so it looks like we have duplicates that we can throw in to most of them. And again, I don't know why it wants me to necessarily do that. I'm gonna advise you not to do that on any of them just yet until we know exactly how these are gonna work. But in Tamisha here, we got a little bit higher of a tier one here. HP's physical, magic, defense, crit resistance. So it's pretty much raw stats is what we are getting here. That seems to be the takeaway here. We're not getting anything crazy. And I guess if you really don't want to put it on specific heroes, or maybe these are just like extra duplicates, I don't know. I'm just gonna be, for the time being, socketing them in and not getting rid of anything, because I really don't want to have that be an issue for me where we do something like that and then it ends up being bad. Most of these are very basic: attack, haste, vitality, HP, something along those lines. And I'm gonna try to push a little bit further here today, and once we get a little better hold on this, I'm gonna give you guys some tips on what to do once you have unlocked Dura's trial. Because yeah, it seems like we got a lot of these here, and we actually got some like epics here too. This one giving HP, physical, and magic defense, crit resistance as well. So these are going to be extra stats that may or may not be useful. Things like this on Faye. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to use Faye. I don't know if I'm going to use Lamont. These type heroes, they might not be worthwhile. We'll have to see how it works out though. But this has unlocked for the first time ever. And we kind of get a good idea. So yeah, make sure you use those smashes wisely. I'm gonna wait till later in the day. I wouldn't do this immediately, guys, even though it is a power boost potentially. I want to try to get as far as possible. Like here, you need to get what? Oh, it's even locked by the day as well. So the server day number matters. You can't actually progress too far. So this has to be what? Day 10, and then this is day 12. And then it goes so on and so forth. I imagine these are the same. They have better chests. Yeah, so you're locked behind some stuff. So day 1, it looks like you can only go up to floor 2. So what I highly advise you to do if you're in this spot, make sure you're not using your extra Dura tokens until you actually get to floor 345, which if you're at like me, 335, getting there by one more day should not be too big of an issue. So this will be interesting. And the next day, the sunrise opens. 2 in the sunrise open. Then on what, Friday? Yeah, we got the warrior and the tank one. And then Saturday, the 2 in the sunset. And it just kind of alternates back and forth. And we'll just have to see how this turns out. So that is our first look at Dura's trials. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what type of information you find out, because tomorrow I'd like to make a little bit more in-depth guide once I have time to study this, figure out who has what type of abilities and who might be the best to go for. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.